Well, hello people of YouTube and the internet, it is I, ChipGP, back with another reaction. Which is not exactly a good thing, because I start making lots of those pre-first animation, like animation which is go way in the future uploads. So technically right now I'm talking to you from the past. How past we're talking about? Let's see. My latest video will be uploaded in next 2 days. So that's plus another 4, another 4, another 4. So it's 3 fours and plus 2, 13 days. So I'm talking 13 days in the past. Which is again not the worst thing, because in my gameplay channel the break within my videos is even long, because there's like a ton of videos. It's mostly because I have nothing else to do. Well, I do have something else to do, but I'd get a little bit bored doing it. Like, I'm not saying I've been doing it the whole day, but I was doing enough for me to get a little bit bored. And to be fair, I think I'm doing a nice job at what I'm doing right now. So some of my future projects for out of my channels, and plus my personal entertainment. So without this very bloody long intro, because no one cares about my personal life, no one even cares about me right now, to be fair. I'm too small and too little. We're gonna react to Adventures in Boy Scouts Part 1 by TheOdd1sOut. But I call him James because the odd one out is really hard for me to pronounce without looking. Well, I can just say odd. I think I already talked about this in my previous video, so watch. It's nice way forced you to watch my stuff. This video again is one of those videos I never watched before, because I wasn't watching all the stuff of James, and because I started reacting to it, I suddenly have a nice reason to watch it. So yeah, talking about Boy Scout, I never was a Boy Scout. With I was never a nature kid at all. Usually preferring cities and entertainment to inform of videos and that stuff. Well, I was plus read books. Not many, I read enough to because fight as a guy who read books once. Okay, you know what? Not very long intros, because again I said before, pressing the play button right now.
You probably don't know this about me, but I am actually an Eagle Scout.
Never know this.
Scout,
I mean, I know you're a scout, but not an Eagle Scout.
Camping. And over the summer, my troop would like to travel to a place called Camp Geronimo.
Actually, I think I start change a little bit.
For 7 days. There are about
Would never believe how you're doing this. I think back then there was no internet much. Well, there was, but weak.
My first year at camp, my friend TJ and I just met the minimum age.
We'll see him before, or we'll see him in the future.
Yes, it was the same TJ from the
before, yes, it was right.
And being the good friends that we are, we decided to share a tent for the whole week.
Oh.
It's not weird. We were in the wilderness.
I think it's more a bit colorful and more backgrounds.
But we quickly learned.
But I noticed the art style is a bit more different. But still the typical what he's doing right. There's one image and the second image to tell the story.
Older kids.
I would never bully you. I don't have enough confidence to bully someone.
Versus how cool you were. And TJ and I were obviously not cool.
How the...
About 3 days
well, yeah, actually, let's see this. I usually think of the kids. Can be a little annoying.
Thing that sprays the axe. Throw it in our tent and then zip the tent.
He freaking threw a grenade at you.
This horrendous act is actually a very common prank among Boy Scouts called axe bombing. Eventually,
was it a good axe? Because sometimes those things stinks. Okay, it was not a good axe.
Just hit with this wall of
well, now you can actually hit them back because they have to smell you. Actually, yeah, it will land out on you.
I'd never experienced the heinous act of axe bombing in my whole life until then. But this?
But now you can hit back. Hello, what was your personality back then?
Super pissed.
Now, when actually I think about his personality, it's hard to tell about the James. It's exactly the same as yours, at this style. Book them back, but use something stronger.
There's no reason to get mad. It won't help us.
He's a skunk.
And TJ's response to this has actually stuck with me. I think about what he said whenever I'm stressed out about.
But again, I guess the problem. Okay.
Computer crashes and I lose all my files.
From the decent stuff, whenever I talk, I don't hear much.
But as a 12-year-old, I said, "Okay, TJ, you do you. I'm gonna go get revenge."
What TJ say? Oh, he probably said just give up on this. Okay, honestly, I don't think I in real life also give up on this.
but I decided to blame the
Would I?
15-year-olds.
And it's sometimes hard to tell about my personality.
I
Like,
even asked them,
is there a person who don't know about at all? It's me.
"Did you X-bomb my tent?" No.
What is an alligator in
Okay,
there?
I knew it was them. And the 15-year-olds were pretty cool, but not the coolest. They're still
Will the
were
old man be
oh so
cool like
famous
60?
16-year-olds. So to help prove
Is
that
your
they were
parents
still
cool?
they built
Why holding a knife?
a tent out of logs. And
That's...
tent is probably an
If you know how to build it, it's probably strong. Wait, is that a mega...
tied around trees,
Was this
5
a
walls,
freaking mega
back and a
crystal
front
from
door.
Pokemon?
It even had a log
When
roof
was
that
video
some boys
made?
could
When this
stand
game
on.
come out?
And all the
Is
15-year-olds
Odd
slept
really
under
young
it every
on
night.
YouTube?
And I came up with a
Because it looks
perfect
exactly
way
like
to
Mega
get rid
Evolution
of
for
it.
Pokemon. You just get...
Sorry, I have to turn this into a 2-part.
Oh, Cam...
So anyway,
Man.
thanks for watching. You can see 2 of my other videos.
You know what, I'm watching part 2 as well. I want to see how it's end.
Comics at my website.
You have a
I'm
website?
just gonna ask you to
Wait,
like,
it's
favorite,
already...
subscribe, and comment, but if you
I don't remember what video I'm
wanna
watching right
do
now
that,
by the order of uploading.
you could.
Although there's still some videos which can be deleted. Okay, so the first video was about making a book. The second about twins. It's a third video, and you already have a website. Unless there's some video which was deleted. And that's a possibility, because again, it's really hard to pay checks on your videos if you have tons of them. The James doesn't exactly have tons, but again, if he deletes it, what can he do? Maybe he don't already have those files. No, some YouTubers that keep those files, and if it gets deleted, they can just swoop and once back more. Again, what else can I say? Again, never experienced the camping, so I don't familiar with this stuff. I mean, as a kid, my grandma wanted me to camp once in my life. Because I think as a kid I have this random idea of doing camping, and I said, Grandma, I want to camp. We will camp in the forest. And we never did. I kinda, well, I'm not sure I'm glad. Because mostly I don't care about that stuff. Of course, as a kid I kinda wanted to do that stuff. So I got a little bit distracted. As I was saying, my hair... I think that I found the bad angle of my hair. Oh, plus I have this freaking thing. So I had to answer a phone call. So I can still have this freaking animation for random string of hair. Bloody hell. Okay, on the other stuff. Man, what another stuff? Okay, as a kid I would definitely freaking enjoy camping. Maybe, because as a kid, maybe I would get bored. Yeah, okay, you know what? Whenever I think about those possible situation, I never know how I would actually react. Because I think one thing, but another thing is another. Like as a kid, I would enjoy it because I finally did for certain one, which I saw cartoons. Because that's what I want to do. I saw cartoons on TV and other stuff. I would not be really bored because there would be no toys, nothing to entertain myself, and you know, I think I easily can entertain myself with tricks and that stuff. As an adult, without a phone, I actually will not be entertained. I mean, I'm easily gonna do something that will be entertaining. Like again, one time with my classmates, I did go on kayaking. It was one thing we did in the forest. It was pretty entertaining. But I would say if I were camping, not sure again. I would pretty get bored if we have nothing else to do. I think I would easily to eat it inside because again I would not bloody whine. I would just accept this reality and tune out my brain. Because I'm pretty good at tuning out my brain. I guess a little bit annoyance, but it is pretty much easy to tune out my brain. And now as well be one of my good quality. But yeah. Another stuff. I guess we're gonna watch part 2. It's 4 minutes plus 3 minutes and long video. To be fair, I already consider 3 minutes a nice video for reaction. Nice mean that I will not add nothing to it. But to be fair, for 1 extra minutes. 4 extra minutes. Not so bad. And plus, James did give me some curiosity. Okay, I put in my headset. Oh man, that's familiar feeling. I was pretty awkward not wearing headset because I'm not used to not wearing them during reaction. Okay, so pressing the play button right now. Part 2. Yeah, you should watch 3 previous step. Don't even need description.
So me and TJ had to sleep a
Wait,
whole night.
back in the past there was no possibility to
Every breath
watch it
I
on the
could
phones,
taste
link.
the smell, and I just got more and more angry.
Still don't know what exactly the smell. I don't use X or don't smell X. Wait, is it X?
So I could start with
I
my
have
master
X!
revenge plan.
I just have a
Was
bunch
I
of
tired?
different types
Maybe.
of
But that's the
spray-ons.
sacrifice you have
I
to
never
make
used
for
this one as well.
vengeance. Every campsite had a water fountain coming out of the ground, connected to a
Yeah, not
PVC
pleasant.
pipe. I found
I usually
the
use this
biggest
one.
Ziploc freezer bag I could find and started to fill it up with water. It
Usually
was
use this one.
obviously a slow process. I had plenty of time to
Nasta not
consider.
present, but I usually
Think
use
about
this
what
one.
TJ said
It's all
or
spice.
what would happen after I got my revenge.
I'm totally not paying any
But
attention to
nothing
this
stopped me.
reaction. I'm
I was a
sick.
squeaky-voiced, hormone-induced
Oh, finally
monster.
meet your face. Did we
Once
meet
the bag
before?
was full, I went back to my tent.
Oh
and
man,
woke
I
TJ
regret
up.
spraying it. Oh man,
Got
it's
up
my
and
mouth.
told him to
So you're gonna throw a
watch
water back?
this. TJ actually had no
I have
problem with my
second
revenge
X.
plan. I just wanted to suck him down.
I have a second
I
X.
think TJ actually didn't want to get
And plus
revenge.
those two.
I ran towards the mega log
I used lots of
tent
this stuff
and
because
hid
people
behind
give me on my birthday
that was
because
right
I
next to
stink.
the log one. Everyone was still inside.
What's this? Exxon.
TJ still had no clue what I was doing until I chucked the bag.
One
over
champion,
the rear
another, I
tent.
don't know.
If everything went according to plan, the bag would break on the roof and the water would sink through the openings, and then they'd be super wet, LOL.
Typical,
That was
understandable, fine.
I never saw the carnage my creation had done. I was
Big
worried
cro-
that I'd completely missed the log tent.
But
I never played any
did you?
sports as a kid, so just making it over the first tent would have been an
Wait,
accomplishment.
can you just
But the
go
fact that
and throw
everyone
it?
started
Or maybe you don't want to
screaming
see.
and one boy yelled, "Micah, I'm gonna kill you!" I knew it must have been the most perfect shot.
Oh
Did
yeah,
I
one
stay
of the
around
teens.
and laugh at their stupid, guilty faces? No. Me and TJ ran away as fast
And
as
it's
we possibly
freaking
could
obvious.
without looking back.
And they have longer
We
legs.
sprinted off into the woods before
And that's a
any
bad idea.
15-year-old saw
Although
us.
no,
We
the
just
safe
kept
grounds.
running and running, making sure to
Depends.
get as far away from
I don't know
camp
where
as
James exactly
possible.
lives, so although like him in a camp, but there's not exactly where he lives. Also, I think it's supposed to, you threw up
TJ, being
from
the good
running.
friend that he was, thought I was
I mean, I
having
sent
too
when it
much,
relax, but
so
throw
he
up.
decided that we should hide in some bushes.
It's supposed to
After
now.
about 5 minutes,
Or maybe I just think
nobody
about
came.
too good. And hide in the
Should we
bush.
head
It's so
back to camp?
irrational. Well, not irrational, it's
No.
pretty annoying.
Yeah, you're right. So we kept running until we found the lake where scouts could canoe in. Me and TJ both thought this was a good place to stop.
They just
We
calm down,
sat
they're
by
not
the lake
chasing
and
you.
talked for a few
Well,
hours.
they are, but they were
Because
doing
in
it
a
in a
week,
different place.
TJ and his family were going to move away to China for 2 years.
Why?
And I knew I wouldn't see him again for a long time. So I wanted to
And plus there was all text. Wait, was it Facebook?
We were just a couple of
I'm kinda
boys
missing
being real with each
timeline,
other,
because I don't understand
skipping rocks
timeline.
and talking about
My
our
perception
feelings.
of memory freaking
And
wasted.
then that night, the 15-year-old's tent got axe bombed. So I guess it wasn't them.
Double teaming.
Oh, and remember how I threw up after running so much? Well, apparently there was a sickness going around
Well,
camp.
nice
that
explanation.
all the camp instructors got.
Thank God,
and
I thought it was
about
such...
50% of the scouts
not-
got it too.
I mean, you do
And
have a
lo and
virus,
behold,
and I
one of the
understand.
15-year-olds wasn't feeling so well. when we
Triple
went to bed
teaming!
that night.
Virus to the
And
win!
then the sudden
Sorry,
jolt
mate.
awake and the cold water made him throw up. Yay!
Well, finally, I almost... Okay. I will not comment about someone running. I'm not gonna hate a guy from up while running. Because first of all, he didn't throw up because of running, he threw up of the virus. To be fair, I'm not the guy who talk about my dead stuff. Again, nice... Well, simple ending and... two part. But I think it's still possible to make a... Well, actually, he was animating this. Although... animation... I won't think about why not to make it a single animation, because I think James is totally capable of doing this. Although busy with personal life, but to be fair, you can just hold the project. Although there's such thing as YouTube Analytics. The thing I totally ignoring and trying not to pay attention to it, but to be fair, It's a cruel bastard who require you to play games which is interesting by people, and then keep playing it to keep your people entertained. Like, to be fair, I'm not following YouTube analytics at all. I'm just doing whatever I want, reacting to whatever I want, and playing whatever I want. Well, not exactly whatever I want, because I want that much to play Poppy 8 times, but my computer could not bloody handle this. It was worse than I was playing GTA. And for good example, I will do what I usually don't do. I will put bloody link to my GTA video and watch how I play GTA. It was worse. Then I decided to play Poppy Playtime, because my computer bloody was not handling it so well. So usually I can just play games which just don't play it a lot, because I can have problems with my memory on my computer. Memory is usually one of my typical problems which I will constantly have, and which I can escape by buying some stuff, which is I need to collect some cash for that. And also processing power, like, to be fair, amazing games. They will lag, or they will be again not heavy games. Almost I think a bunch of my games are doing pretty well. Okay, we'll say maybe some games do have this little lag, so that stuff, but mostly I think the GA is the biggest one to take the hit in that stuff. And yeah. Wait a minute, why I'm talking about my games? Oh yeah, because I was talking about analytics. So I'm talking about analytic. I'm talking about James. I think everything I said before. Like, it's a game story, basically the same thing. I would not say I grew up in ideas that there's age is something better, because I was not paying attention to the age at all. To be fair, I don't even remember when well, okay, what I want to say. Sometimes I forget how old I am, and I need to think a little bit to remember stuff. So again, age is one of the things I'm not paying attention, because again, no part of my brain reversible for time. Like, literally have no idea what day today is. Today is Saturday. I cannot even remember. I don't remember when channel stopped existing, because I remember it was happened like bloody long ago. But if I could check, I would be bloody shocked that it was enough long, but not long enough. Okay, talking about James, animation style, well, first of all, the type of animation is still the same, where one image, second image. But I think he will go by this until the crews get a little bit bigger and he get a little bit more practice. But the art style, I think, changes a little bit. More colorful backgrounds and more colors and that stuff. Then lines, I think, are a bit different. I still see the connection with the head, like head drawn in these lines, which is not connecting perfectly to each other. Like, it's not a perfect circle. Like, there's some moments of misconnection, which is I would also have to say. But I'm not sure James doing it on purpose or not. I guess it's just look a little bit more rubbery, or maybe he using shadows and it's different. But different in that way that it's hard for me to tell exactly what's different. But you know what, it's not much to matter. And that's other stuff. What I want to say. I guess on this I want to say, go to James' channel, like, share, subscribe, and watch all of his old videos. Especially his old videos. Watch them. And then go to my channel to do the same stuff, and whatever you else want to do. Like, just generally do whatever you want to do. Do nothing, do something, do the trade. And go to my social media to watch my external social media, usually just posting my drawings, because I also draw. If you couldn't tell, I draw this thumbnail. This thumbnail, which is rather would be nice thumbnail, because sometimes I make nice thumbnail, will be a thumbnail because sometimes I make thumbnails. And for the stuff, go to my second channel with gameplays. That's what GTA video come from. Some games played in better quality, some games play in different quality. By my commentary and speech, that was a bit different. Oh man, talking about my commentary and speech. Okay, the second one I was not paying much, or maybe the first one. With the first one, I'm not paying much attention, because for some bloody reason I decided to show my bloody deodorant collection. And I do bloody have a collection of deodorant. People just want to give me deodorant. Again, speaking understandable, because for some reason I really smell bad. Most constantly take showers, so don't think I smell terrible. And whenever I go outside, I use it. Mostly I use Old Spice, because I don't know, I like it the most. Well, the smell is still not the best, but for some reason, in comparison, Okay, I get that. I get interrupted. Will be a little bit more interruption this time. Honestly, when it comes to those smells, I'm not a big fan of any of those. Well, the other spices have, I think it's have more fruity, maybe fruity. Okay, still, I would say that directly it's not the best, but I guess in art it's more understandable and more. Although I think, yeah, I don't know. For some reason I like the smell a lot, but again, while smelling it, it's hit me basically much the same. Yes, it doesn't much matter which one I use. Just I think the old spice have the most exotic taste. And for that stuff, I think I finished with my old spice, well, my deodorant collection over here. So let's think how to finish this talk because I just started. Lost my place. Go to my Patreon to watch my video earlier. My videos with my face and time as what I'm up together. And you have to get the video on the phone or separately and to watch the other one out together. Or you can memorize the other one in your memory and just remember with what time it is. Don't forget to pause on the commercial breaks. And what else? What else? I think have a nice day. Sorry for taking your time with my useless conversation, which started because of something I saw, and bloody have no reason to continue. Have lots of stuff. Okay, you know, this note, have a nice day. Roll the end screen. If you're watching on this on Patreon, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. So go watch one of my videos on one of my newest videos. I do it for the newest video. Which also a nice way for you to decide to tell when the video was made. Because again, some videos appeared early and start doing some things and then do this thing, and I was not doing it before, so that sometimes this thing comes a bit later. And my channels do have a difference in uploading time, like physical time, not like uploading time. In my videos, with my reaction channel, the gameplay video will have a different period of time me making this. So that parent touched to me wearing the same clothes twice because it can happen. I can like literally go through the full circle of my clothes. I would like to say have a nice day. I already did and I keep this conversation at all. And sometimes I like in the mood to not talk at all. But then I'm in the mood to talk a lot. And what the hell, I'm still talking. Shut up. Shut the hell up. Have a nice day, bye.